What's up, everybody? TCG Mike here, back for another profile with along my friend Krista, who is running Trickstar. We're looking at to keep in mind, this is a casual deck, Trickstar deck. So it's her own favorite personal choices that she has selected for her deck here, and we'll take a deep dive into it and check them out. Krista, welcome to the show.
Hi.
Welcome to the show. This is your first time on here, and let's take a look at the trap tricks. What you got for us?
You mean the Trickstars?
Trickstars, yes. I'm sorry. I don't know why I keep saying trap tricks.
You're fine.
Trickstars.
Well, Trickstar Corbane is like my favorite Trickstar monster because you can easily play her if you don't have anything on your field or if you have Trickstar monsters.
All right.
And she's a nice level 5 with 2000 attack. I like that card a lot.
I'll let you do this right here.
Okay.
Yep, just lay them out. You can just lay them out across as you like to go.
All right, so like this?
Yep, there you go. Perfectly.
Yeah, so this is Trickstar Corbane. She's literally my favorite because of her effect. Like I said before, like you can easily play this card with anything you like. This is mostly a ran Trickstar deck.
Yeah.
So, like, say I had a weak Trickstar monster on the field, like Trickstar Lilybell, I could still play her. Like, I could just easily special summon her directly from the hand.
Ah.
But she can be special summoned from the hand with, like, basically, if all I have is the Trickstar Lilybell, I can summon her. And if I don't have anything, I can special summon her.
Oh.
So she's a good card to have, like, in your first hand.
Nice.
Yes. So, that's why I like this card. So, just keep going?
Yep.
Alright, and then Trickstar Lilybell, I like this one because she can attack directly. Yes. Like, let me read her effect real quick. It says if this card's added to your hand except by drawing it, you can special summon it from your hand. You can only use this effect Trickstar Lilybell once per turn. It says this card can attack directly. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can target one Trickstar monster in your graveyard and add it to your hand. So she can be special summon or normal summon for that effect. That's why I like that card.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right.
But, I mean, yeah, her attack kind of sucks, but her defense is pretty high. So you can easily put her in defense mode if you wanted to as well.
Gotcha.
And Trickstar Nightshade, can I put them on top?
Yep, you can.
them
That's
on top.
perfectly.
Alright, so Trickstar Nightshade I really like because she can be used to link summon really easy with her being a level 1 monster.
Alright.
And I know she's got an effect if used for link material as well. Let me see. Yeah, if she's used for link material, you can easily special summon her back to the field as well.
Gotcha. That gives you another material right there.
Yes. So that's why I like that card. Alright, Trickster Narcissus. I don't really use that card's effect that much. Let me see. Like, the only effect she's really got is she can do 200 damage to your opponent easy.
Yep.
But other than that, I basically just use her as link material.
Was there 3 of these?
Yeah,
deck profile?
Yes.
Yeah, there they are. I was gonna say, I think they must have got mixed up somewhere.
Yeah, they got a little mixed up. Same thing with Trickstar Rodo. She has a good quick effect, I think. Let me see. Let me double check. Oh no, that's the other card. She can also do 200 effect damage as well with her effects. Let me see.
Alright, so Trickstar Rhoda.
Yeah, she's got good, what's the word I'm looking for? Burner damage?
Yes.
Yeah, she's got good burner damage as well, just like Trickstar Narcissus, but I mostly just use her again as link material. Same thing with Trickstar Lycaris. Let's see. She can also do the 200 points of damage. You will see a theme here. So basically a lot of them can do 200 points of damage to your opponent when their effect goes off.
Yep.
And again, they're just good for link material.
If you can't beat the big monsters, you might as well just burn them.
Yes. Same thing with Trickstar Candina. She can do 200 points of damage as well directly to your opponent. For every spell or trap card my opponent activates, she does 200 damage.
Oh wow, okay.
Yep. And
So they're gonna have to limit on the spells the traps they're playing.
yes. Let's see. She's also good for link material. Her main effect is she's good for link material.
Alright.
But basically a lot of them can do 200 points of damage, and they're pretty much just literally good for link material. That's literally it.
Okay.
Yeah, because this is basically a link deck. Like, you really just want to link summon as most as you can with this deck.
Yeah.
And I like using him. Here, can I put him here?
Yep. Yep,
Okay.
you got plenty of room right up here.
Okay.
Karibo!
I love Winged Karibo. He's literally my favorite monster. I've loved this card ever since I was a little kid, so I had to have 3 in this deck. But I like using that card because as soon as he's destroyed, literally the battle's over.
Right.
Like, I don't take any more damage from, like, direct attacks. If my monsters are destroyed, I don't take any damage from that if he's destroyed.
So he's your personal favorites.
He's my, yeah, that's my
personal favorites for the deck? Okay.
This is also a personal favorite of mine. She can do direct damage to my opponent for every light monster I have on the field, including herself, 400 points.
All right. Fairy Archer.
Yep, and then my Freya Spirit of Victory. Probably put these here.
Put them right up here,
yep.
next to Karibo.
I have 2 of her. Basically, I forgot her effect. Give me 1 second.
There you go.
So basically, it says if I have another fairy monster other than this card, it says my opponent cannot target this card for attacks. All fairy type monsters you control gain 400 attack and defense. So she's a good equip monster. So basically, if I have her on the field, you can't target any of my other fairies for attacks except this card, and they gain 400 attack and defense.
All right, yeah, they'll be all your trick stars gaining attack and defense.
Yes.
Nice.
Now we're in my spell cards.
Spell cards? All right, so let's go ahead and scoop all these ones up.
Ooh, okay.
We'll fix them later.
Okay. All right, so my Trickstar Light Arena. Let me see. So Trickstar Light Arena, this card is really good for messing up my opponent's spell or traps. Ooh. Is everything okay?
Yeah, I'll cut that out.
Okay.
Hold on a second. Okay, go ahead, continue.
So basically what Trickstar Light Arena does, I can get 1 card that's set in the spell or trap card zone on my opponent's side of the field, and it cannot be activated until the end phase. And my opponent must activate it during the end phase or else it's destroyed. Ah. So this is what this card's good for. I like that card.
Okay.
Now, Trickstar Festival, this one's really good, like a really, really, really good card. So this card allows you to get some Trickstar tokens.
Yes.
It allows you to get 2 Trickstar tokens that you can in turn use to link summon. And once this card is in your graveyard, you can banish it to save a link monster from being destroyed.
All right.
That's why I have 3.
Oh, that's very good.
Yeah, love this card. Basically works as a token getter, and basically, like, it's basically a Monster Reborn for Trickstars.
Gotcha.
That's literally all it is. I love. Speaking of Monster Reborn for Trickstars, this too. So basically, yeah, I know. So that's why I got 6 of these. But basically, Trickstar Magical L'Oreal. Any Trickstar monsters in my graveyard, I can special summon it and equip it with this card.
Gotcha.
But if this card leaves the field, so does that monster.
Okay.
Yep. And this is the Trickstar Polymerization. This is Trickstar Fusion.
Trickstar Fusion?
Yeah, it's basically the fusion card for this archetype.
Okay.
The Polymerization. Now Trickstar Live Stage. Let me read this card real quick. This one also allows you to get a token.
Alright.
It has 2 effects, but basically it'll let you get a token, or it says my opponent can show a spell or trap card in their trap or spell card zone. I can special summon 1 Trickstar token.
Alright.
So basically this one's just specifically just good for tokens.
I'm assuming that's where the stack of tokens come in.
Yes. I got 5. Can I show them real quick?
Yeah.
Right, so I love the token. It's really cute. Looks like that.
Aww.
Like,
it's really nice.
Put them down real quick. I always keep 5 because you know there's 5 zones for your monsters.
Oh, they came from the tournament pack, I see.
I bought them on eBay, so I don't remember what they came from. But yeah, I paid like $15 for all 5 of these. They're pretty expensive. But pretty much, as long as you can get some tokens out, you can link summon as much as you want.
Yes.
Which is why I love this deck. Now, Castle in the Sky. Can I put them in here?
No, it's not Castle in the Sky.
Oh, the Sanctuary in the Sky.
Sanctuary in the Sky.
Will you cut that out?
No.
Nah, dang it. I like that Studio Ghibli movie, though.
You can call it Castle in the Sky, I guess. You know, I got a nickname for my silent boots. I call them Spooky Boots.
Spooky Boots? Yeah, you told me that. But yeah, I literally like to call this one the Castle in the Sky, because literally that's what it looks like. But this card, any battle involving a fairy monster, which all my Trickstar monsters are, including the gimmicky ones that I like, all battle damage becomes 0 if they're destroyed in attack mode.
Yes.
So this card is pretty good.
Yes.
This card's good in any fairy deck.
Yep.
Love this one.
Yes.
I remember back in the day I bought like a few, like, what are they called? The Master Pyramid? Or Master Endymion?
The Master Demian.
It's a fairy deck. It's got the agents in it.
Oh, you're talking about the planets.
Yes.
You're talking about Hyperion.
Yes. I remember buying like 4 of those structured decks back in the day just to get this card.
See, they got new support. There's new support today. You can always rebuild that.
Huh?
When the structure deck drops, you should buy 4.
I should. I really should. Yeah, so that's why I like that card. So, Dark Room of Nightmare. Anytime a monster's effect pops off, this card does an extra 300 damage to my opponent.
Okay.
So you know how I told you earlier most of the trick cards do 200 effect damage?
Yep.
That's good. And it's a continuous spell, so I only have 1.
Yep.
I probably should have another one.
Yep, it gives extra burn damage to your opponent for every time it gets burned.
It's
I
also
like
worth
that
keeping
card.
in mind that Nightmare cannot trigger another Nightmare.
Yes, that's true. Here, I'm going to move these since they pretty much know what a token is. Okay, move these out of the way. Alright, so Constealer Belt. I have one of these. It's a continuous spell. I like this one because none of my light monsters' effects can be negated.
Yep. That's
So
a good card.
that is a really good card. That, like, these two in conjunction with each other, like on the field, I can do some serious damage with these two, like with just my Trickstar monsters.
Yep. Trickstars are light monsters.
Yes. And this one, I like this one too. The fountain in the sky. Basically, once a light monster is in my graveyard, I can banish it. So let me read that again. Basically, I can remove that monster from play and I can gain life points equal to its attack.
Nice.
Yeah, any light monster, like I can literally like just banish it and then gain its attack power as life points.
Yeah.
So that's good if I'm in a bind.
Nice.
Like that. This is one of my all-time favorite spell cards.
I love that card. Back in the day, I used to run 3.
I think all
My
of the
casual decks.
all my decks are casual. So,
Oh, yeah.
So all of my decks, I'm pretty sure have this card because I just like messing with my opponent. So
Now the only thing it doesn't work against is against Link monsters and Xyz monsters.
yes, because
They don't have levels.
so yeah, that wouldn't matter. These are just good for like regular.
It wouldn't work against mine because my guys are all Links and Xyz.
I hate that. I hate that. So you think they already know what this card does?
Yeah.
You think so?
Maybe or maybe not the newer players, but each face-up monster the opponent controls loses 100 points depending on their level.
Yes. So like, ooh, I could do serious damage with that card. I love that card so much. Alright, and this is another card I like to use. That's Mystic Walk. So if I'm in a bind, again, I can basically use that card to basically, like, I can choose a monster's attack or defense. I can discard it. And I can either choose this attack and defense, and I can gain that much in life points. Which that's why I like that card. That's an older one, too. Like, you can tell how old
Yes.
that card is. Like, look how old that card is.
Oh yeah.
That's one of my older cards.
Oh yeah.
Alright, and let me read this card. So, Cestus of Dogla, that card can only be equipped to a fairy-type monster. It's a good equip spell.
Yep. It's another older card, of course.
Yeah, I like older cards. I mean, I was born in the 90s, so you know. But anyway, basically any fairy equipped with this gains 500 attack points. And it says when this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent's life points, increase your life points by an equal amount. That's a pretty good card, too. And I know that has Toon World on it. But I like Shine Palace because they're good for all light monsters and they gain 700 attack.
Yes.
Yep. So I know it looks weird in this deck, but I use it just for an equip spell. Another old card that I really, really like, Lightning Vortex.
Lightning Vortex. You ever thought about upgrading it to like a Regeki?
I have a Rengeki, but not in this deck.
Okay.
I need to get a Rengeki.
Yeah, because Regeki it's at 3. So and also it's this one you cost.
Yeah.
Yes, you got a discard for that one.
Yeah.
And Regeki just blows up all the monsters, and so that's why I just said that.
Yeah, I need a Rengeki in this deck. I have a Rengeki somewhere. I just haven't bothered putting it in this deck yet.
Oh, you're fine.
And of course, Monster Reborn. Everyone knows what that does.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
No explanation.
Yes. So
Kaiba and Yugi still got a.
I like the original art for this card.
Yugi and Kaiba still got to explain what it does.
Yes. All right. So those are all my spell cards.
All right.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and scoop all those up.
Yes. I'm sorry if I'm explaining it weird.
Oh, you're fine.
I literally always have to read these deck cards. I always forget what they do.
Trust me, when Franklin does his, he's got to read every single card he does.
Oh, when you do deck profiles?
Yes.
Oh. I'm just giving like an overall like explanation.
Oh yeah.
If I can remember.
Yeah. Well, we all explain our cards too as well.
So this card is my favorite card in this whole deck.
Plus, this is your first time doing one
Yes.
on the channel.
Yes. So this card allows you to banish your opponent's entire hand.
Really?
Yes. And it's
I don't
not
like-
banned. I looked.
Banish your opponent's entire hand, and if you do, they draw that same number of cards. Well,
Yep.
okay. Well, you're making them discard their entire hand, and then drawing the same. It's.
And I got 3.
Go ahead.
I mean, is this a decent card to have, or?
I didn't want to
That
say
is
that.
one of the best traps in the game.
Yes.
It forces them to banishment tier. I have been hit
Yes, it does.
by that twice in a game. It completely ruined me.
Cody
it was
hates
fun.
this card. Cody hates this card.
An old
Trickstar
patron,
Reincarnation. I've used it
patron
on
of
him
the
a few
shop
times.
used Trickstar Reincarnation, then used Trap
Yep.
Trick to activate it again.
Wait, can you use this card in a non-Trickstar deck?
You can use it in. He had it in a amalgamation. It says Trickstar, but the effect itself does not archetype lock it.
Well, it
Which
says
makes
you can
it-
target one Trickstar in your graveyard,
Yeah.
and you
So-
can use this card to special summon it.
So what Oscar did was he engined the Trickstars into a amalgamation.
Yeah, some new ideas.
Yeah, now I got some new ideas. I paid a lot of money for these 3 though, so I don't know if I should buy anymore. We'll see. I
Or
might
you can
not.
always just sub them out for the other ones. Okay.
If I ever want to switch the decks around.
Right.
Alright, Mirror Force, everyone knows what that does.
Yep.
Basically, like if your opponent's monster declares an attack,
Wipe them all out.
wipe them all out.
Only ones have to be in attack mode.
Yes. And Storming Mirror Force, this card, I'm going to just show it real quick and then I'm going to read it. So it says when an opponent's monster declares an attack, return all your opponent's attack position monsters to the hand. So this is a good trap as well. Like basically what it says, like you can return all your opponent's monsters to the hand if anyone declares an attack.
Yep.
Which is nice. And Draining Shield. I really like this card too. This is one of the older cards I really like. But it says when an opponent's monster declares an attack, target the attacking monster, negate the attack, and gain life points equal to the target's attack. As you can see, I like gaining life points with this deck.
Yes.
Love it, love it, love it. That will
You're
always
receiving life points. You are taking away life points.
Yes. And of course, Magic Cylinder. I think everyone knows what that card does.
Ooh, more burn damage.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, let's see. Oh, I don't know if anyone's ever seen this card, but it's called Cyanide Cascade.
Okay.
It's good for Link.
If you link summon a link monster, you can target one monster in your graveyard and use it from. Oh, okay, awesome.
Yeah, that's why I have that card. Because this deck's all about
It's just
link
like one of your other trap tricks.
Yes.
I mean, trick stars.
Yeah, I know what you mean. You're good. And Waking the Dragon. Y'all telling me this card's not good to have, but I still like this card.
And you're still rocking it.
Yes, I only have one. So basically, if this card is destroyed by your opponent by any means, and it gets to the graveyard by your opponent, you can special summon anything from your extra deck or your main deck, as long as it doesn't state otherwise.
Yeah.
And I have at least 1 or 2 of these in every deck.
Okay.
And I know that's bad, but I don't care. I like this card.
You like it. Hey, that's all it makes. That's what makes decks unique. The cards that you like and use. So. Alright, so that's the trap lineup.
Yes.
Alright, so now we'll switch over to the extra deck.
Yes. Okay. Alright, so the extra deck I'm going to explain very poorly.
You're fine.
Alright, because sometimes I just don't remember. I literally don't remember what these effects do. So I always have to read them like I said.
Okay.
So this is the only fusion monster in the Trickstar archetype. I like to mostly use her for her fodder because she's 2200 attack. But, yeah.
Let's see. All right, so basically, this one here, effect damage inflicted to your opponent's your opponent by a Trickstar instead of this card is double. So it doubles all the effect damage from your Trickstars.
Yes.
And if your opponent takes battle damage from Trickstar monsters, this card gains an attack equal to that damage being taken. Once returned during your end phase, if this card attacks this turn, this attack gain from the effect returns to 0, and you can add a Trickstar from your graveyard. That's really good because it
Yes.
just adds more effect damage from the Trickstar. Now it will not work. It won't work with other cards like such as a Dark Room Nightmare, it's not going to work with that because it has to be only the Trickstar's monsters effects.
Yes. Yeah, that's why I really like that card. I just like her art for the most part. I hate that there's only one, but you know, whatever. Hopefully they'll get more cards eventually for fusions. So, but another thing about her, you see her material that she needs? She needs one Trickstar Link and one Trickstar Monster.
Okay.
So the cool thing about that is I have a Link here, Trickstar Bloom.
Okay.
She's a Link 1. So that's why I was talking about Trickstar, the level 1 Trickstar that I have. You can easily use her to Link summon this, and you can try and get out another one easy on your next turn, and you can easily fusion summon this card.
Okay.
Very easy, as long as you have any Link Trickstar, which you can get this one with another really weak Trickstar, you can fusion summon this. Okay. It's really nice. Here, I'm going to go ahead. I have 2 of these in here just in case. So we'll show that Link first. And this is my favorite Link, Trickstar Bella Madonna. Oh, sorry about that. But, yeah, she's my favorite because I like her attack. It's 2800. And basically, it says, while this Link summon card points to no monsters, it is unaffected by others' card effects. If this card points to no monsters, you can inflict 200 damage to your opponent for each Trickstar monster in your graveyard. And it has to be with a different name. And it says you can use this effect only once per turn. So basically, that's effect damage right there. 200 damage for every Trickstar monster I have the different name in my graveyard to my opponent.
Yes.
Cody really hates that card too. Every time I pull it out, he's like, no.
So shouts out to Cody there.
Yes. I have to shout him out, yes. So again, my Trickstar Foxglove Witch, she can do 200 points of effect damage as well.
Alright.
So again, like I said, you'll see this trend of 200.
Yes. And all that points adds up. It adds up.
It does. This is the best way for me to use this deck, their effects. And Trickstar Black Cat, that again, she can also do 200 points of effect damage. And let's see. This one helps you gain 200 life points. I got 2 of those.
All right.
Let's see.
Trickstar comes in here. All right.
And this one also does 200 points of damage to your opponent. That's Trickstar Holy Angel. I really like this one too.
That's very nice. All right, Nate, you take care.
I have a lady friend.
Okay.
Well, if it works out. If it doesn't, I'll let you guys know.
But out of these 2 cards, this one's my favorite.
Drive
art.
safe, Nate. Drive safe.
Drive safe.
No. Now I'm gonna crash on purpose.
But a lot of these cards do have secondary effects. Their main effect is the 200 points of damage.
Yes.
Let's see. And then my Trickstar Devardis, I got 2 of her. So basically what she does, it says you can only control 1 Trickstar Devardis. If this card is special summoned, you can inflict 200 damage to your opponent. If your opponent normal special summons a monster, inflict 200 damage to your opponent. Again, she does 200 damage as well.
Okay.
She's kind of weak, so I don't play her that much. Kind of weak for a Link. Of that, like, I mean, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
It's a Link too.
Yeah.
I just like her effect.
And every time your opponent special summons, your opponent's going to be losing 200.
Yes. Well, that's literally what a lot of them can do. That's why I like Links. Oh,
Like I
yeah.
said, all that points adds up.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I mean, I know 200 doesn't seem much, but like when you're doing 200, 200, 200, 200, yes, it does add up.
Yep.
There was one time where I think I took someone down at like, trying to remember, it was at least 2,000 points of damage with just a bunch of effects just added up.
Yep.
I mean, I did that in one turn once. I don't remember when that was, but I literally did that in one turn.
Hey, remember the first time you played against me with Track Tricks and Oscar was showing you?
Yes.
And you took out about 4,000, 5,000 out of me in one turn?
Yeah, Oscar did that in one turn. I don't know
Yes.
how. I don't even remember how he did that.
Yep, that's when he was showing you this deck and you were
Yes.
playing against me the first time.
I freaking remember that, dude. That was a long time ago.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, that just tells
That's
you.
probably one of the golden moments I had, which was being burnt that much.
Yes, and I didn't even do it. It was my deck, but he knew how to use it.
Exactly.
Let me see. So Trickstar just it's always hard for me to pronounce her name. This one.
Delphinium.
Delphinium?
Delphinium.
Yeah, Trickstar Delphinium. I always say her name wrong. But anyway, she's good to get banished Trickstar cards. It says when this card declares an attack while pointing to a Trickstar monster, you target your banished Trickstar cards up to the number of linked monsters your opponent controls. Add them to your hand. If you do, this card gains 1,000 attack for each card added until the end of this turn. So basically, she's good to get your banished Trickstar cards back out, and she gains 1,000 attack for each one.
Ah.
Yeah, it's very nice. So she's a good link as well. Like, I like her attack, and she's a link 3. So you can do some serious damage with this card just with her effect alone.
Ah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean...
You love them. That's the profile?
Yeah, for the most part.
Awesome.
I just did an overall explanation. Like I said, I always have to read every single one. I didn't want to make this too long. So.
Hey, that's fine. Everyone else like that too. And it's also your favorite and your own personal favorites in the deck profile as well. So, appreciate it. All right. And thank you, Krista. Thank you for being on the show.
You're welcome.
Hopefully we get to do another one.
Hopefully.
And all right, and everyone else, thank you for checking out the Trickstar profile provided by my friend Krista, and we'll see you later.